Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It's your lovely host Pags. I'll be honest, I am dog tired, exhausted, um, but super excited. You might be asking, sir, why do you have not one, not two, not three, but four hats on your head? First of all, it's called swag. You know what I mean? First of all, it's called swag. So don't be barking up my tree, buddy. No, no, I'm just teasing. But but guys, we crushed another goal. We crushed another goal, and this was kind of a bigger goal for me. This is a little bit mind blowing for me because I again remember starting this YouTube channel, starting this project management build, and being like, how the heck is all this going to end up? Um, and that was like 60 episodes ago, right? Right, like such a long time ago. So let me share some of the news, right? Guys, we got to the 500 subscriber mark. This is nuts. This is crazy to me. This is like absurd. I had two videos kind of pull in some serious footage, guys. It was the Shadsian UI videos with Next.js, and then a few shorts have pulled in some people as well, and they're kind of funny. Um, but that plus the all the views have now amassed to over 20,000 views, which is absurd to me. So 500 subscribers, 20,000 views, nuts, absolutely nuts, guys. So for the OGs, for the people who got on quick, and this is still all the OG, the original people here, because this is still so early, right? Like this is crazy, guys. But for those who don't know, I early on in the episodes, I put on a hat every time we crushed through a goal. So first it was like 5 subscribers, then like 10 subscribers, 200 views, and a few things like that. So hopefully, guys, I'm gonna need to start buying more hats. These these are all the hats in my possession, I believe. I'll check my closet for the next goal, but I'm gonna have to start buying more hats. This is crazy. So, um, yeah, yeah, I can't believe it. And past 50 users on the Team Syncer, which is crazy. So, and it's awesome. I just integrated this report bug issue, and it's so awesome that someone actually they just reported a bug to me and let me know. Now I've been doing a few things. I've been keeping some stakes in the fire. I'm working but for one of my dear friends. He's an amazing friend of mine. I've name dropped him probably 100 times in this series. Chester, he's fantastic, and we are moving. We are cruising right along with a lot of things. So we're kind of building a few things right now that I don't want to disclose quite yet, but there's some magic happening. There's some good synergy over there happening. So guys, it's been a lot of work, but good. You know what I mean? Good work, right? Like better to be busy, and doing this. Team Syncer, Bitzer, and then I was working for another buddy of mine as well, and that was actually construction and all transparency. So, um, guys, yeah, just trying to chug along, trying to chug along with what I have, and super pumped on Team Syncer, of course, working my tail off, and in just trying to get this thing moving, trying to get it all moving, and because this has by far, for those who follow the series, I kind of started a lot of this because I was let go, and this has by far been one of the most mentally challenging seasons of my life, and guys, and just to um, just to get to I know it's not crazy. I know there's accounts with millions of subscribers, but just to get something moving, I mean, it really means a lot to me. So yeah, especially right now, because it has been a very trying 3 to 4 months, and yeah, so It's refreshing to get some small wins, to get some momentum going the other way. So, guys, thank you so much. Is what I want to say. Let's dive in. So I was at this Next.js meetup, and I actually wanted to integrate one thing that I heard in the meetup. There's still some tiny bugs. I need to configure the Kanban page still and do some other things. But I might need to rebuild it from a data standpoint, is what I'm recognizing. But one thing I do want to add is this notes component. It was actually or this notes section rather. It was the guy who hosts the Next ATX meetups, fantastic guy. He was just talking, and he's like, what keeps all of your projects together? It's you. You're the line between all your projects. You need a place where you can compile all this information. You need a place where you can write a bio, a description, things like this. So immediately when he said it, I was all ears. I was like, you're right, 100%. That's the smartest thing you can do. Is that's the through line between all of your projects. It's you. You're the through line between all of your own projects. So yeah, just an eye-opening moment, guys. Just a really phenomenal. And mind you, if you live in Austin too, come on out to these Next ATX meetups. They are so, like, this last one blew my mind. This guy, he did all this open AI functions and just built this amazing repository showing all these open AI functions and what you can do with it. Just a super talented guy. So yeah, just could not believe it. I was jaw dropped the whole time, just like, what am I watching this guy do with all these open AI functions? It was nuts. It was teaching this LangChain deal and vector databases. It was so cool. So but yeah, I am going to work on this data model. I don't want to talk too much and lose focus on what needs to be done. So this notes component, what I'm seeing it as, it needs to be related to a project and a project ID. So I'm going to need these things. Let's see, optional improves performance quality. We'll go ahead and steal that down there. So these notes, it's going to be something that is similar to everything, right? It's just, it's a note area where I want to have a description where you can kind of write your own bio of the project, of saying, hey, this is my project management system. This is what it's about. Here's what it's used for. Its core purpose is to help efficiency for organization, things like this. And then I need to also have maybe like little sticky notes that I can kind of paste out, like little bullet points, like a to-do list almost, but little bullet points with, like, a date associated with it. So I'll have to think about it more, but I can get more granular with it. We could upload documents to this notes page potentially, and references and link references and things like that. But I think just to get it started for now, I want to do just two things, which is your description and then sticky notes, right? Like some sort of notes within the notes idea, but like a sticky note specifically. So there's that I want to kind of integrate today, which could take up the whole time here. We might be due for a long episode, guys. Let me just look what this project needs. Guys, I really need to clean up just a smidge more of the TeamSyncer application. I really do. So, okay, so it's going to be notes, but the notes... So it's not really notes then. Really, the project description is just a project description, and then what we're now building can be the sticky notes, right? So project description. Where did we ever use project description somewhere? I don't know if we did. Constant project description. Is the project description, is that the title? I forget, guys, to be honest. Project description. I don't see it used anywhere on the front end. Oh, right here, actually. Never mind, forgive me. Project sign up flow. So, oh, it was never used. This was the early on an endpoint that was never used. So amazing. We already have part of this built. That's awesome. So looks like I can just steal that from. Looks like the project store update project description. Looks like I was already building for it. Kind of had that idea for it. So I like compiling it then in kind of this notes section. That's perfect. That's amazing. So I'm gonna put it maybe above the about. I think that's perfect. So I'll go right here. Boom, about. Say notes. Takes us to notes, and this will be a free tier and premium. What's it called, a notes free tier and premium feature. And then what I can do is maybe search for notes or something. See if we got a little icon for it. Let's refresh. Guys, I've been getting a lot of advice too on someone reported a bug, and I actually want to show the bugs on the report bug flow. I think that would be really cool to do. Oh, sweet. I didn't want it on the projects. I wanted it on the notes. How did I get up here? Interesting. I'll have to run that back. I didn't realize I was way up there. Must have scrolled or something. But yeah, so I think this is perfect then. So we have a notes section, and then people actually reporting bugs, and whoever reported it, I can look up the user by ID to figure out the user who I actually did in full confession, guys. I already did look up the user by ID, but I'm getting a lot of feedback on LinkedIn, right? And I'm getting a lot of feedback from friends of mine and things like this of like, oh, you should, as I just mentioned, you should have a notes thing. Just such a smart thing. So when I pull up the bugs, a lot of these were just me testing, test the FDF but this was actually the first bug that was posted, or the first report issue. And someone had mentioned, hey, first of all, great project. So super awesome to hear, guys. Thank you so much. Second, when you click on some of the link on the sidebar, it re-renders all the page. A great way to prevent this is using the partial renders in Next.js 14. So I'm going to look into that. That's a smart thing. And then he also mentioned the Edge startup delay. Which I know I was messing with the Edge functions and the serverless functions for Vercel. So we'll have to look very good on that. And then he said, aside from that, love the project, great interface. I will even steal some design ideas. Hey, steal them. They're yours to have. You know what I mean? Whatever helps. You know, I've certainly been helped out by this community a whole bunch. So the very least I could do is give back. Very least I could do is do that. So I'm going to close out some of these deals. Let's see. Boom, base template, base bot. We got such a beautiful project, guys. Now she needs her own little touch-ups, right? There's a little polishing and finishing touches that I could definitely do, but you know, all together she's doing her thing. She is coming together. And I feel like I'm almost there. Like I'm just on the finish line. There's just need to push it across that last bit where it's good. So, I mean, it does feel good, but just needs to be, perfect. So, let's think. This was the very thing I didn't want to do though, was build more stuff without ironing out the old stuff. But it's just such a great idea, and the other thing I really wanted to integrate was the timeline component, predominantly just so we can monitor the goals that are happening in real time, this being one of them, the 500 subscribers. But let's go ahead and just build this out real quick. I love building new things at the very least where where I can at least go ahead and get all the components put together and everything that I need roughly. So so for instance, we have a calendar page, right? That I'm may integrate, may not. For now, we don't really have team functionality right now, so it don't really need a calendar. Maybe, but with each component that gets added, I have to think about things a little differently. So for instance, our sidebar is getting pretty big now with a lot of things. If I have a notes page, a timeline page, so now I'm thinking of having like tabs where you can click like project and like project settings, and then like maybe account settings or something. So, and then those tabs, you can click them and then they fan down with like all these more options. So, yeah, it just changes stuff, right? It just changes more things, but altogether, she's still a beauty. She's still a beauty. So I don't have any UI for this, but we are going to make it up on the fly. I think what I want to do for starters is pull in that update project description flow. And I think I just want to have a text, just like a text area or a really big text box or something where it just, someone can easily write what they want to write. So I'm going to build that. Let's say base project description component. That's what this is going to be. Let's say RFCE. Get that snippet in here, and I'm going to paste this function that I pulled in from this handle project description question. We'll say update project description, right? That's what it is. It is an update. So say update project description. This whole time we had it too. That's so funny. The whole time. And what else can I pull in? Let me just get one of these templates so I can start organizing just some of the data. So I can say methods. Here we go. Boom. Let me get the stores in there. And then we're going to get const project store equals use project store. Boom. Look at that, folks. We are flossing. And then I also need the router. So let's build a little just methodology for that. We'll say routing, boom, const router equals use router from not next/router. We want next/navigation. Boom, there it is. Had to look for it for a second. That should be, assuming we still have this all built in our store. Let's just take a look. Update project. So it looks like I send a, looks like I send a package of data, of update data. It looks like any partial of any, but it really should be partial of project, but I swapped them all out to any types because I was having troubles with the, what's it called? I was having trouble with Prisma client when deploying on Vercel. Don't know why. I'll have to look into it later, but the biggest thing was just getting this thing up and somewhat functioning. So now we're kind of coming back to ironing out stuff. So let's pop open this API. Let's find the projects and project ID. This project is a beast now too. Now that I'm looking at it, because now I'm building this new tool for what we're working in, and in another project, and it's really lightweight. It's like really clean too. I'm actually really proud of the code. I don't want to disclose all the code, but I do just want to show like one example of just how clean it is. So let me just pop open the side, like even just everything's labeled, everything's TypeScript out, everything is. Let me get just one without getting too far into the code. I just want to show the beast of TypeScript that is going on here. just absolute beast of all this stuff for no any TypeScript, my ESLinter. It's just such clean code, very repeatable, very good patterns. I'm really enjoying this code base because it's just I thought about all the things that I would do just a smidge different that I learned with Team Syncer. And you could just see like everything's just super organized and lightweight. So I am loving it, and I really like broke things down and thought like how can I get the most use out of the same things. So it's coming together. It's a good project, good build. Obviously not the biggest build either, but certainly enough of a build. This is a little more technical, definitely is. At least the full stack that I'm working in, right? I have a partner on that one where he's handling majority of the back end while I'm just building kind of the front end and API integrations. While I'm doing huge front end builds, like the Kanban page is a great example of that, of a huge front end build of postable columns. Let's see if we could fetch a project. I don't know if we were having project fetching issues. I think we are. Oh, because this account has way too many projects. That's right. I think that's what happened. So let's go to a new account. But the front end is nuts, right? With like the Kanban page, you can drag and drop these things. It'll maintain the order of the dragged and dropped columns, and you can make new columns. So it's like layer on top of complexity. You have to deal with data complexity of that, and then you also have to deal with the front end DOM complexity of that. So it's just it's a lot of work for one person. So sometimes not that I'm sloppy at software. I wouldn't say that, but sometimes you could see where there's maybe points where it's like I'm just trying my best to hold on and just get the thing put together, because it's a lot of wiring up on the back end. It's a ton of data models, data schemas. Perfect. We have a project, so we should see some columns now. Let's see if it takes a bit to fetch it all. So this must be what that report bug was about as well. I think I even have a base text area component. I do. Nice. So let's see. So boom, it's loading. It's posting a column to this project. Should be. Maybe I'm having fetch issues and it's taking a while. There, it's posting one column. Oh, did not mean to go into mobile mode. It's taking a bit. You can see there definitely needs to be some refining of this project for sure. Looks like I'm getting some server errors from tasks, of course. Each child should have a unique prop in the Kanban board, so that's probably an easy fix. It's not going to be today's fix, but I just wanted to highlight the potential complexities of this project, where we're dealing with project IDs, column IDs, a ton of stuff. But I will be honest, a little bit frustrated with some of the data handling stuff. I really need to get into React Query. I really do, because it's just not snappy. It's not the lightweight application it really needs to be. So so a little bit frustrating, to be honest. But let's see if we could pull in these projects real quick. Or what is it? What is it in the project store? Is it selected project? I'm trying to get the focused project. There we go. I just want to get the project ID that we're working on right now. So I'm going to pull in. Let's just focus real quick on the. Excuse me. What's it called? I was choking there for a bit. But let's hyperphone. That's definitely a problem with the tasks column page not loading that quick. So don't like to see that. but I do want to see the focused project and then the project ID out of this, right? So that way we could post it right here instead of pulling the project store.project.id. I don't think that's accurate anymore. I think that's old routing. I think it's going to be this rather, because we want to post notes associated to this project, or even a project description associated to this project. It's not just going to the ethos of, hey, here's our database. It needs to be associated to a specific project. So I just want to see that real quick. Let me pop open this console. Looks like console Ninja's not working the best. So boom, we fetched the project. There it is, project ID at the top of the screen. And I just want to see that project store. Oh, well, we do have it at the top of the screen. So let me just see what is showing that. Project ID. Project store. There it is. Boom. So it was what I was going for. Perfect. So that's what we want to pass in here. We don't want to do old data. We want to keep everything consistent across the board. I think there's some data handling inconsistencies here is potentially why there's potentially an issue. Another thing, when I get the project, I don't know if I'm receiving the project description in the endpoint yet. So let me go to the endpoint. Let's say pages, API, projects, and project ID. And let's say when we get project, are we pulling in the project description? So we're pulling in project, where project ID, include tasks, include all this. So I imagine the project description's got to come with. We just never had one, right? So in other words, if I do this, say focused project and pull in the project description, would we be able to see it is the question. Guys, I still can't believe 500 subscribers. That is crazy. Like, still just, like, what? Like 500 people? Like, that's a lot. That's a few people. Holy crap. Like, that is so cool. That is so cool. I can't believe it. It happened today. And I was just working my tail off, wasn't even focused. And then all of a sudden, boom, Guys, I'm going to just pop in a test description real quick. So what this is going to do is fire off this function to update this description, or it should. Base project description. Did we actually put that in the notes yet? Oh, we didn't. So that's why we're not seeing very much. Base notes, base project description. And I'm going to have like a base sticky notes or something. So boom, here it is. Here's our text bar. Now we should start seeing some of this stuff. Boom, there it is. Okay, project ID. Now we're cooking, guys. So we got the project ID as we wanted, the project focus project. Project store description is undefined, but this should fire it off now. If project store ID, we're not going to need to do that if statement anymore because it's just going to exist. So I just want to make sure that this fires off. Just constant running trick. The old, we don't want to redirect to projects on this page. That was just from the project signup flow. So I'm going to close out of the project signup flow for now. And it was weird. I just got an ad in the ear, but it wasn't. I'm watching YouTube, but it wasn't like an ad from like stops the video. It's like, hey guys, it was in the middle of an instrumental. This guy stops the instrumentals and pitches his YouTube. I forget what it was. I just completely spaced out on the ad. That was ironical. As I'm pitching my YouTube. Absolutely ironic. Yeah, so let's see. So update project, delete project. This is huge, right? There's so many atomic functions here, I think. Yep, huge atomic functions. Yeah. So update project. Let's see. Let's just start firing off console logs to see. Boom. I haven't been touching too many backends right now, so it's like having to come back to these endpoints and look at them and see all these. Golly, golly. Okay, so let's see. rec.body.project description. So am I pulling in the rec.body anywhere though? Or I am right there. That's what's happening. Okay, that makes sense. So then I update the update data object, which is in any type, which is bad juju, but we'll run with it for now. And then what I want to do is make sure that the project is coming back through on this side. And then obviously we send it to the front end if it's updated successfully. So let's see how many of these endpoints run. Should get fired off. I'm not seeing it fired off at all. So let's go to the project store, see what's going on. Might be an issue here. Axios put. Yeah, that seems right. Project ID. Oh, you know what? I don't think I passed a project ID in that. No, I did. I know I did, right? I'll put this project ID after the put call so I can see the put call happen and the project ID. You get a little two birds in one stone. If I don't see the project ID, it means that there's an issue with this. I'm getting interrupted with another ear ad, and he's flexing. He said he just got 200,000 subscribers. You think you're doing something, you know? It's like I'm celebrating 500 subscribers. Here comes this ear ad guy, you know, crushing my hopes and dreams. He's like, dude, I'm at 200,000 subscribers. All right, we're gonna swap music, guys. Can't be bullied this whole time, you know. I'm proud of my 500. So this is good to see. So this means that the function's not firing off successfully. Project ID is undefined. So maybe I didn't actually pass in the update project focus project ID, but I am. I see it literally right here. Huh. So do I need to wait for the focus project ID? But it should yeah, boom, there it is. So why did we not see that? And then why? Let's go back to the store real quick. Sorry, guys. Just trying to see this thing freaking work, right? We're trying to update project. So it's axios.push. Do we have the wrong route path? Is that what's going on? How many components there are? Holy moly. Holy moly. Okay, so we go to pages, API, projects, project ID, yeah. Axios.put. So let's see if we have a put request at the top. We do. Put update request. So is it even firing off? Let's see. Running endpoint. I will put that in there. Guys, I love Next.js. It's just such a meaty framework. Such a beautiful thing. Huh. I'm not seeing very much love on this endpoint being fired off. Import await Axios. Is the app URL? What is going on? Update data. So the project ID comes in undefined, which is really interesting to me. I wonder if it's just coming in a little bit late or a little bit early. Oh, you know what? I got an duh. Just pop it in the dependency array, problem solve, right? So now it'll just fire off when it gets the project ID. So boom, fire it off, and then let's see, we should see running. There's the project ID. So now we know it's firing off at the very least. We should see it here. We should. Let me refresh this real quick. Guys, and I might make way on that report issues bug because we're not getting a ton done here with this. But I can at least build the front end components. So I want this text area. I'm not sure why it's doing this, guys. That's so weird. But I'll figure it out off. It's always something silly. This happened in another episode, and it was literally just like a dot put versus like a dot delete or something. But that's so interesting. Why is it? Huh. Okay, let's build the base sticky notes real quick. Or I wonder if we could do both the sticky note and the report issue bug with the same front end component, just swapping the data out because they're basically going to be the same thing. The report issue bug is basically I would just need to map the description, but it's basically just a title, right? So sticky note header and then a sticky note description. I guess I could put the user ID associated with it, so we know which user. If we have teams, then yeah, that would make sense. So, yeah, I don't know. Could actually get two birds and one stone here. So, but maybe not. Maybe it's not smart to do that because I did want to. I really did want to build just like a simple scrolling thing for the report bug issue, but maybe not, right? So let's build the front end component for the sticky note. I realize we're at 37 minutes, so I need to get moving on it. So let's see, base sticky note, boom, here we go. Base sticky notes, that works too. Okay, so these sticky notes, what are they going to look like? They're going to look like little cards, right? And the little cards need to, I guess, kind of be square to some degree, right? Let's just kind of build out a basic version of it first. So I'll say background primary. We'll say width 16, height 16. It feels so good though. I will say being back in what's it called? Back in web dev, because mobile dev it's a little different. You know, dealing with your flex stuff on the front end, it's all a little different. It's all a little different. So it does feel good to be back on the old web dev. You know. Let's see, rounded MD, boom, title, and we're gonna need padding 4 probably, and we'll say flex and flex call. That's not a really big sticky note. I was thinking of something a little bit bigger. Then I have these spans in the project. These spans I use usually for 50% opacity with text small usually, or it looks like I'm using it large. But it works great for like little descriptions. Don't need all this stuff. Just need a bunch of description stuff. Boom. Okay, so that's my description message. And let's see, the DOM should be updating. Should want the title to be a little bit larger, right? So text. Large font, bold. Boom, there we go. There we go. So that's looking a bit more like a sticky note to me. May even want it to, I don't know if I'm zoomed out a little bit. Looks like I was. And I want this whole thing just not touching the top of the next component, right? Obviously. So now I need a little button though, where I can click on like a little plus where I can add a new sticky note, right? Because that's our actual note, or will be our actual note. And then this needs to be, let's pull in Font Awesome icon. We'll make this an FA plus, right? Not plug, but plus. There we go. And I really want an FA plus with a circle around, so we'll either make it if they don't have it. Perfect, they do have it. So that's awesome. And let's see. So this parent div, I want it to be class name flex and then flex wrap probably. Item center. So I want that little FA plus to just be to the right. Whenever it registers, it might take a sec. But I don't want it flexed wrapped right now. I want it to go across the screen, you know, like sticky note at a time. You can click and add a new one. Or should I do less of a sticky note and have like bullet point cards that have like a timestamp and decisions, right? Decisions. I do think a timestamp would be appropriate. So this is going to be different from the report bugs. Just a little bit different data, but similar enough data where I'll probably copy a lot of the stuff over, but it is going to be different enough. So let's also break this up so it's not such a big piece of blob text, right? Just pretend that's my lorem ipsum stuff. Let's see. We also want maybe not padding 2, but padding or not padding 4, but padding 2. And I'll say class name here. We'll say width 8, height 8, flex justify center, item center. And then we'll actually just use the FA plus and wrap a little ring around this ourselves. So let's see, boom. It's looking great, Let's see, background, pop that in. Let's say rounded full shadow to XL, sweet. Say margin left 4, active scale 90. So when I click it, I can see, give it a little transition. And of course, cursor pointer just going off right now, guys. Going off, so boom. Now I can see that being clicked. Should see a little cursor pointer in a sec. And I want that text area to not be white. It needs to be this color too, this like gray, dark theme color. It's a pretty dark theme. It is a pretty dark theme. So when I click on this, right, we need to have a on click event happening, and it's going to basically be handle new sticky note or something, right? Let's see. Need to build that function. So function handle sticky note, and all it needs to do is just add another sticky note to the page. So this needs to be a component. This actually isn't going to be here. It needs to be wrapped in what's going to be ultimately data. So this data will be like sticky notes, right? And we'll map this data. We'll say, give me a sticky note or a note. And boom, we'll give a little index, and this is what's actually going to wrap here. So boom, just like that. Oh, I need to do a return statement and then also add a key. So I'm going to put a return right here. And it's giving me an error because I don't have a key. And boom. All right. It should do the do. We have an error. Of course, sticky notes don't exist yet. So let's just build that data. So I'll do that right here. Say sticky notes equals this. And this is just dummy data. This isn't going to be real, guys. This is just gonna give us some front end template stuff so we can, you know, see what we need to do. So that'll be our ID, just some random letters. We'll have a sticky note title. This will be, you know what I mean? What's a thought here? Something about the project that's relevant to this project management system. Completely blank. I could think of 50 things if I'm not wearing 50 hats, but I'm wearing 50 hats. So think it's harder, guys. I promise. Okay, so let's think. Go to Trello or something, or compare UX with Trello. How about that? Maybe that's a sticky note. So they're kind of like tasks, but maybe not even like tasks. Maybe I'm inspired by Jay from Next.js. He's a great guy. Inspired by Jay from Next.js for notes. Boom, there we go. Okay, so then maybe I could write a note about it now. So I could say, had a conversation with Jay that really inspired me to build this component, right? And that's true. So it is kind of like a sticky note where you can kind of put all your stuff in a, so it's kind of like a task, but tasks are like check off to do things. This is more not even a description, right? That's what this page is for, this base text area project description deal. I realized I put the sticky notes in the wrong area. This needs to go on the page right here. Boom, here we go. And this needs to be description, project description, right? Let's see what we can do with this base area. Oh, sweet. I knew it had a custom class. That is so awesome. I love when I do stuff like that because future me appreciates it. So hopefully that works. Does it work? Does it work? Does it work? Does it work? It should. It should. Let's refresh it. Let's see. So now that text area should be darker color. We should have everything looking a little bit more right. Got to see what this app layout deal's doing as well. Okay, so let's see, shadow to XL. So I'm having an issue with the base description, the custom class here, BG background primary. We're not going to handle that now. We're going to get back to our fun sticky notes. So let me do another little note here. And basically what this should be, if you see the length of our sticky notes are now 2, so we should have 2 sticky notes here that pop up. And we want to access the title. So I'll say sticky note dot title, right? And then here, now I can say sticky note dot description. And now we have accurate things from here. So boom, here's our sticky note, and then here's the title. So this one would be given with another ID, another random ID, and this might be was frustrated, like another source of inspiration for me for this project was frustrated from a freelancing project. So had an experience where I wish I could nominally track, also another true point, nominally track project completion, where I could easily, keyword easily, nominally track project completion. That was the geniusness of a lot of this, right? Was just easily being able to do that. So now I can kind of see these sticky notes coming to life where they're just let me put a little gap between them too. They're just like little messages, right? Let's see if we do with full. What would that do? Would it just make them? Oh, that might work. Might be kind of. Yeah, that might work. Looks pretty. Looks good enough, right? looks great, guys. That looks awesome. I guess the one thing I do want is probably the timestamp so you could see your project information kind of evolve over time. Would make sense too. So I do want a timestamp or a created at, one of the two. What is the timestamp value? How does it come in? That I do need to figure out, but I'll say like 1013-23 for now. And we'll say this one, forget what today's date is, 11, we'll say 16th, I believe was when I got that. So I got that bit of inspiration. So these are flex called. I want to now have a timestamp like either below this note, right? A little created at time, or like off to the right or something, right? So boom, there it is. That's pretty, guys. That is so pretty. And let me do opacity. I'll just do 25. It's not as relevant, but it's still, you kind of want that bit of information, right? And this will be, literally the timestamp of when it was created. So hopefully that's a good bit of information. I'll keep it extra small. Looks like that 8 was too small. So boom, nice. So, and when I click this, I just want to populate one div ready to go. Handle new sticky notes. So what that looks like is, I think I would take sticky notes and just make sticky notes plus a new object, right? And then in this new object, I could put, new ID, new title, new note. Let's see if this works. So do I need to say sticky notes.value? How does this work? How does this work, guys? Without having to build a whole back, and I just want to get this thing, you know what I mean? Here now, and create it at. We could say new time stamp. Sweet. Or new date, right? Throw it in the old chatters, the old chatter GPTers. Realize we just used this now for the first time today. That's amazing. Can you fix this sticky note function? Boom. So I just needed to update the list just on the DOM right now. I know it doesn't actually update the data, but I just need to see the front end manipulation. So when we click, boom, it should just add a new note, right? Just add a new note, add a new note. So I guess what I could do is have sticky notes be a piece of state. Oh, that's exactly what chat's doing. Perfect. So we'll go ahead and pop this data up here actually. So boom, sticky notes, and then or what I would need to do is set sticky notes in this new function here. So boom, and then I need to import the use state. Sticky notes right there. Oh, I didn't copy it, it looks like. Give me boom. Okay, so new ID, obviously that'd be some random crypto UUID or something, would work plenty fine. Yeah, so we're gonna do something like this, I think. We're just easy peasy, guys. Literally just a to-do list, just a little bit more things around it. But this is not a to-do list, but a description list, I guess. But similar to a to-do in the sense where a to-do, it's almost like you're writing a little sticky note of like, I have to go to the grocery store or something, right? So boom, there's a new note. Boom, there's another one. Boom. Then we'll obviously have to deal with scrolling and next tokens when we get too many of them and all that stuff. But that's perfect. So new note, and then the description, I want that to kind of be this overhead of like what your project bio is about, right? Not really a description of like your notes, but when I scroll to this first project, whatever it is, when I come to this one, I want to see, this is my project management system, and this one's for organizing tasks. And then when I scroll to the blockchain project, I want to see, this is my blockchain project. I built it with Solana or on the Solana blockchain, and I'm using Web3 or Web3.js and a few other libraries to connect to my front end or something, right? And here's what it's for. Right? It's a smart contract protocol that does such and such. But I want that to be like auto updated, right? Whenever somebody, goes to their own projects, goes to their own personal project, because again, it's what I could do is kind of steal the sticky notes component right here. Starting to see how this could come together, right? It's actually just going to be this component, just not with the sticky note sense, and then a little bit bigger. So I can have it be this. Sticky notes. I don't need this part though. Sweet. I don't need this either. What I need is a project description. So what I'll actually build is a array right here, just with an ID. So this would be my project. And then I could say project description. This is my blockchain project or something. This is my project management system. And really it shouldn't even actually be an array. It's just going to be one project, because every project should only have one description, right? And when unlike the sticky notes, how there's an array of them, it actually just needs to just be one object here, because just one project, guys. So I'll say project description or description. That's fine. And maybe I want to do a created at, like when you created the first project. So I might need to add that to my stamp, or my project model rather. Wouldn't hurt, right? I could do project title, but you actually see it at the very top right above it. So it feels redundant, but maybe I could. Oh, I realized I could just actually do this, but just focus project. I think it's project title, right? Let's see. So boom. Should all be roughly working on the template now. Let's see how it looks. We'll need to adjust some sizing and stuff. Nice. That is awesome. So this is my project management system. Here's what it's about. I built it with whatever, and maybe this needs to be here, right? I'm not going to do any opacity on that, and boom. And this will actually just say bio right here. We won't do description above, and that should kind of look clean, right? Let's see. Let's see how that kind of turns out. So in idealistically, this would be much, much, much longer, right? Where you're going to spend some time, have ChatGPT refine your stuff. It would be kind of cool to have like a business plan area too, where you could upload documents and stuff like that. So yeah, it would be cool. But this is definitely a good start. Definitely the right idea. I just need to link it all up now on a back end, build the right endpoints, all that stuff. But yeah, I think this is great. And maybe I can have an edit mode too, similar to the task. So when you click on this, you could just literally type in and change what you want, instead of having a description below. That's kind of wasted space, if you will. So boom, bio, and then right here I can write notes or something right above it. Let's see. So sticky notes. Write this and say notes. Let's say MY4 opacity 50. Let's see how that looks. But yeah, so we have that initial bio and then some notes about the project. Hey, not too bad. Not too bad, right? Not too bad at all. That's kind of coming together, guys. But this is what I'm envisioning, right? Where it's something that you can kind of come to compile this, and like I said, maybe down the road we'll have like a little upload tab so you can upload your documents to this node. Maybe there needs to be like link references of oh, this specific place inspired me too. So let's see. So like in a sticky note, there would also be like a reference link or resource link, right? So maybe you're inspired by GitHub. Maybe this place you're inspired somewhere else. Maybe it's like google.com at this address. Sorry guys, I always do the FDFASA thing. Just because it's quick, it's just like I don't need the data to be exact right now. I need the system to be working. Does that make sense? I don't need the data to be exact. I need the system to work proper. So that's kind of why I do that. Let's add the import and this will be sticky notes and resource link. And then the href will be sticky note dot resource link. Let's see how that works or looks. And I'll put like an underline as well. Guys, I'll probably wrap it up here shortly. We're going on an hour, but yeah, just casual. I think something huge to celebrate. I know the hats are fantastic, and yeah, this is awesome. This is so cool. This is so cool. So boom, resource link. Now you can click it. Oh, I need to add targets. Did not mean to get redirected to GitHub, but yeah, that is so cool, guys. It is coming together great. So yeah, I'll say hover, opacity 50. Cursor pointer. We're just trying to fly, guys. Just trying to floss through this as quick as possible, and it's coming together. So, yeah, just fantastic. What a fantastic idea. What a fantastic idea. So, boom, you click, make your new note, put your resource link in it, you label it, you say, hey, at this point in time in this project, I'm working on this. I'm a little frustrated by this. This new timeline, this new goal was hit. Whatever you need, and then potentially you could click on one of your resources, or maybe I'll add an array of strings so you could add as many resource links as you want. That is so cool. So cool. Guys, I'm so proud of that. So proud of that. It looks proper. It really does. Really does. So I guess one little cleanup deal I could do is, let's see, this is just getting into the flex territory. Hold on, guys. Hold on now. Hold on. Say P2. This would be P4 even as well. And then we say shadow. .2xl. Let's see what we're working with now. Boom. Look at those bad boys. Golly. See what this looks like now, right? It's like heavy little notes. You can talk about your notes. So cool. That's awesome. That is so awesome. Yeah, I definitely want it to be clean like this. This is looking really proper. Maybe I could do the same for the bio, you know? Maybe, potentially. And maybe you can't update it. Maybe when you first create well, that seems silly though. You can't update the bio. But I was gonna say when I first create the project, maybe I'll just have it be right there, and then I guess it's already populated here when you you know, describe your project, and then you could add your resources, your notes, and maybe it's also you don't have to add your resources. That just you can. So yeah, I like it though. I really do like this whole component. I think it's really cool. The one thing I did want to touch on for a potential build was going to be this report bug issue and just show like either like a I don't know like a scrolling thing of just people who posted recent bugs and just thanking them like a thank list. Thank you so much for keeping TeamSyncer clean and better, you know, or just like a little list right down here where you can see who posted the most recent bug. I think it would be really cool. So yeah, but definitely a really awesome project, guys, and certainly some bugs, certainly some kinks to work out, but I'll continue working on it. Oh, I need to fix that as well, or maybe I don't. Kind of looks cool. Kind of looks cool. Just need to mess with the margin, but that's could be a cool layout as well. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. I will catch you on the next one. Guys, I still can't believe 500 subscribers. That's insane. Thank you so much. Thank you. Cheers.